Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to the October Open Forum. And as you know, a lot of good things are happening at the college, and it is always a pleasure to be able to meet with all of you and talk to all of you and share some good news with everybody at the college. You know, I've made it a practice to address the college community on a monthly basis to share the good things happening and also to seek input from all of you. We will start with some very good news. As you know, last week, City College provided a number of virtual workshops and webinars to inform and inspire students during Undocumented Student Action Week. And it is our responsibility, and we will continue doing it, to do everything we can to support our DACA students. We believe in them, and they are our future. And later on, I introduce some of the new people that we have hired who will be joining us very shortly. One of them was a DACA student. So this shows you that undocumented students are part of this community and are bright, intelligent, hardworking people that help our community become a better community. This past weekend also, the college's computer networking and information technology cybersecurity team won first place in the Western Regional Collegiate Penetration Testing Competition. And get this, they did better in a very tough competition. They did better than Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. They did better than Stanford. They did better than UC San Diego and UC Riverside and many other institutions. CCSF came in #1. With our first place prize in hand from the regionals, our cybersecurity team is off to compete in the nationals this January. And we know that this team is going to do very, very well. Also this month, City College took first place in the Pitch for the Trades entrepreneurial competition. Our very own Vurdien Foster-Pulliam was named one of the nation's 6 top Canvas Educators of the Year by Instructure. So this tells us that we are here at a wonderful institution where faculty and staff work hard for our students. They're all dedicated people, and we are among the best in the state and the nation. And this fall, the CCSF Extension is offering classes nationwide. And in the spring semester, CCSF Extension is offering first of its kind cannabis courses taught by celebrity chefs. Again, that's a first of its kind. Some news about return to campus. Before I tell you anything more about that, I want to let you know that we are working on a COVID newsletter, which we hope to be out as of next week. And that newsletter will be updated on a weekly basis with the latest information available about COVID-19 and about what the college is doing. This month, the college has gradually begun to bring limited instruction and student services back to campus. Those classes include City Build at Evans Center, Allied Health and our dental clinic at Ocean and John Adams. Student services that are back on campus include the Rosenberg Library for contactless pickup and delivery, non-credit and ESL registration at Ocean, Mission, and Chinatown North Beach. Also, the student health services at Ocean and the flu vaccination clinics at Oceans, Ram Plaza, at John Adams, Mission, Chinatown North Beach, and Evans. So those are the things happening. And we are also right now working on a plan to bring our athletics on campus for December, late December or early January, and some of the physical education classes. So we are doing everything we can, and I have asked our administrators, starting the week of November 9th, all our administrators will be on campus 3 days a week, unless they have some very solid reasons why they can't make it. But we will expect, because we want to set a very good example. We want to show that if we are asking our faculty to come to campus to teach, if our students are on campus, if our classified staff are on campus, we, the administrators, we will be on campus as well. You may know that I've been on campus almost every day since the very first day I started on July 1st. And I'm in my office right now, as you can tell. And I'm going to, as a matter of fact, before I ask Vice Chancellor Tom Bogle, I just want you to know that every other week, our team at CCSF, I want to thank Vice Chancellor Bogle, AVC Elizabeth Correa, AVC Kristen Charles, and our deans and administrators who on a regular basis, every other week, have been making presentations on what we are doing at CCSF, at the joint SFUSD, City Hall, and CCSF on our preparation, how we are bringing people on campus. And it looks like the city is pretty much impressed with the work we are doing, because we are open for business, and our students have started to come to campus. Vice Chancellor Bogle, is there anything you want to add to that?
I'll just, thank you so much, Chancellor Vurdien. I'll mention just a couple of brief things. As you've noted, we have either resumed or are days away from resuming in-person instruction in a number of different allied health areas. We also have contactless distribution happening in art, cinema, and at the library. And I just want to take a minute while I have it here to thank all the faculty, the classified staff, the department chairs, and the deans that have worked to put these plans together. I've had a chance, I'm not on campus today, but I've been on campus, and I've had a chance to see some in-person instruction happening near my office over at Cloud. And it is good to see students on campus again. The Department of Public Health has updated their guidance and is now allowing higher education institutions to offer more in-person instruction. We're no longer limited to instruction in essential services. And accordingly, we're working on return to campus efforts in a number of other areas of the college: science labs, horticulture, culinary, automotive construction, and our athletics program, to name a few. That said, while we are planning on some expanded in-person instruction, most of our plans for instruction in spring of 2021 continue to emphasize remote instruction. While the Department of Public Health has opened the door, they have also emphasized that instruction that can be remote should continue to be remote. So that's just a brief update on where we are with our return to campus and our return to instruction efforts. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Bogle. Next, I want to address a little bit our budget. You know, at the last board meeting on October 22nd, the board approved our final budget, which we will be submitting before Friday to the State Chancellor's office. You know, the budget is predicated on $21 million that we are taking from the Retiree Trust Fund. And we also know that because of the dire situation in which the college finds itself, we will be presenting a 5-year budget plan to the board at the November board meeting, and steps that we are recommending to help the fiscal situation of the college. And as you know, I believe yesterday you received a memo from me asking for your input on the multi-year plan, the multi-year budget plan. And I hope you will take this very seriously and either share your feedback with your constituent leaders, your deans, your managers, or send them directly to our offices on that form that we provided you. It is important for you to know that the situation is not very good right now. And we will do everything we can. We will work very hard to help the college to plan for the future and make the appropriate adjustments in areas where we need to make those adjustments. As you will see after you will find out on the 12th or even before, we're looking at many things that we need to be doing at the college to shore up our enrollment, our class offerings, our class size, and many other things that we need to do. And I will ask Deputy Chancellor Gonzalez if there is anything she would like to add and share with all of you about our budget.
Thank you, Chancellor Vurdien. Very quickly, again, there was a college-wide email, and thank you for sending that out, Chancellor. And I believe AVC Kristen Charles also sent, there was a link provided to the draft multi-year budget and enrollment plan. And so we had committed to approach the development of the plan similar to what AVC Charles did with the midterm accreditation report. That is to get as much feedback as possible before it's finally presented to the board November 12th. So we will be meeting with Academic Senate. I want to thank the Classified Senate for calling a meeting for today. And the administrators met today. So please take a look and complete the feedback form, especially from a programmatic standpoint. I mean, the numbers are what they are. The more critical aspect of it is the impact on the programs. And that is what our board is expecting us to report on, is what is living within our means? What does that look like from a programmatic standpoint? So please take some time to review the document and provide the feedback. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chancellor Gonzalez. A brief update on accreditation. As you know, we've already submitted our midterm report. Once we have this plan, I will include that in the letter which I have to send to the Commission by December 4th in response to them placing the college on enhanced monitoring. And as you know, the Commission will be meeting in January to take action on not only our midterm report and our enhanced monitoring letter, but statewide for all the colleges that were visited this fall semester, on all the midterm reports that they have received. And usually they ask colleges if they would like to make a brief presentation to the Commission or not. And if they do request that presentation, because we are on enhanced monitoring, I will personally make an appearance before the Commission to explain to the Commission everything that we are doing and that we're taking everything very seriously. And we do understand the concern that they have, and our goal is to address that concern and to ensure that the college is functioning within the parameters established by the Commission and by the state of California and the State Chancellor's office. Is there anything else that we need to add to that, ABC Kristen Charles, or?
I don't see her as one of our. I don't see her as one of our panelists, but
okay.
I think you've summed up well.
Okay,
you know, where we're at with accreditation. Thank you.
All right, but thank you very much for that. I mean, does it? All right. Now let me get into the new administrative structure. As you know, when I came and looked at the college and so on, and realized that we had certain positions missing, a college of our size needed to have those positions. And we presented a reorganization chart to the board after having gone to PGC. And now we have proceeded with the hiring. And we have 4 new positions that have been filled. Those new hires will be starting very soon. On November 9th, we will have a new Vice Chancellor of Finance and Administration who will also oversee facilities and technology. And that person is Dr. John Al-Amin, who currently is in Sacramento, Department of Finance, General Services, who has also served as Vice President in the same capacity at Los Angeles City College, Riverside College, Contra Costa, and other community colleges in the state. So he will be joining us on November 9th. On that same day, we will also have a Director of Media, Governmental Relations and Marketing in Ms. Rosie Zepeda, who is coming to us from Modesto Junior College. And she will be starting, as I mentioned earlier on November 9th. On November 16th, we are going to have our Associate Vice Chancellor and Chief Technology Officer, Ellen Rice, who will be heading our technology department. She comes highly recommended from San Francisco State University. And on December 1st, we will be joined by Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Dr. Lisa Cooper Wilkins, who is coming to us from San Joaquin Delta College. And she's holding the position of Vice President over there currently, and has held that similar positions for a significant period of time. We are looking forward to these 4 administrators joining the college, and we are looking at a very smooth transition over the next couple of months as they get to know the college better. We have also 2 more positions that are currently in the hopper. The first one, the committee, I believe, will be meeting this Friday. It's one position that is very important in the life of the college. It's the executive director of controller auditor position, who will ensure that we are doing the right thing, that we're spending money where we need to be spending the money, and monitoring our budget and so on. And so that position should be hired pretty soon and will be taken to the board at the November 12th meeting. The second position is the one that we had to close the position and re-extend the search, is the Associate Vice Chancellor of Facilities and Capital Planning. And we do expect that position to be filled before the December board meeting. I just want you to know that I have taken this very seriously. Those of you who have served on those committees will tell you that not only I met with the committees prior to the committees starting their screening process, but I also met with the committees after myself and 2 other high-level, senior-level administrators have interviewed the finalists. And I wanted to hear directly from the committee members their opinion on each of the finalists that they sent to me for the 2nd-level interview. And before the offer was made to the candidates who accepted this position, I also checked their references, not the references that they listed on their application form, but I checked with other people. I checked with presidents, I checked with senior vice presidents, I checked with chancellors to make sure that we were bringing to City College of San Francisco administrators that will do a wonderful job for our students. You know what, now that we're talking about administrators and hiring and so on, I want to give a shout out to the mid-level managers at City College of San Francisco. Our deans, our associate deans, our directors, and so on. Those are people that do a wonderful work at the college. They have perhaps the most difficult position in this institution. They are squeezed between upper management and classified staff and faculty on the other end of the spectrum. I must say that they have delivered a wonderful job. They have always answered present, and regardless of the pressure, they have done and are still doing everything they can to support our faculty, to support our staff, and to support our students. I have personally seen them at work, distributing Chromebooks, acting as building monitors, helping students register out in the community. So I am very impressed with the quality of their work, and I want to thank them for the work that they do. Because I always thank faculty and staff for being dedicated, and I get the feeling that sometimes I forget our own administrators who are working so hard to help the college move forward. As you know also, business continuity is of prime importance to any institution of higher learning. We will be migrating to the cloud the Thanksgiving weekend. This means that all our data will be backed up somewhere. And should anything happen to our institution, should anything happen to our local servers and so on, we do not have to worry about losing data on our students, data on our employees, because they are all in a very safe place. I have asked the people in charge of that what kind of precaution they have taken that no data will be lost. And they have assured me that nothing will be lost, and they have done all the testing required. Student data will not be lost. Employee data will not be lost. Students who need their transcripts will have no problem getting their transcripts because all the data will be preserved, have been preserved, and we are doing everything that is humanly possible to ensure that even in the future, when catastrophes, calamities occur, those data will be here, ready and safe. Deputy Chancellor Gonzalez, is there anything that I should have said in that I missed here?
No, only I just want to acknowledge the IT staff. In addition to our interim Associate Vice Chancellor, Tom Danford, we've got an incredible team of IT managers and IT staff behind them. So not only are they looking out to ensure that the data isn't lost, but it's also not compromised. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the IT team for their due diligence during this time. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Deputy Chancellor Gonzalez. I know that many people have been talking lately about the aircraft maintenance program. And I've heard people talk about many things, and there have been emails going out and so on. I want you to know that the college is on top of that. The college is monitoring. We are in conversation with the airport authorities. We have our own staff have met with the community. And I will be meeting with the community myself, the community, the Bayview community around Evans, where we intend to ultimately take the program to. It looks like, and from what I have heard, and from hopefully I will hear next week directly from the people of that area, that they want this program to come to Evans, and because they see it as a new opportunity for the people in that area to be able to learn a new trade. So I will let you know after I hear from the airport authorities. I mean, we have requested an extension that to allow us to better prepare the facility. But if that doesn't work out, we will work with all our constituent groups to ensure that what we're doing is the right thing for everybody. I think that's about all. Let me see if there was anything else. I think that's about all I had to share with you, and I would be very delighted to answer questions that you might have about what is happening at the college. And Sean, anybody has questions?
Yes, so now's that time of the program. If anyone out in the audience has a question, you can click on the little white hand in the bottom left corner of your screen. Just click on that to raise your hand and I will unmute you and you can ask a question. So right now I see one hand. We've got Harry Bernstein. So Harry, go ahead and unmute and you'll be able to ask a question.
Yes, thank you very much. That was the longest report I've heard you give in these sessions, Chancellor. So thank you for that. Though I would say that from what I've heard about people at the Evans campus, if the aircraft program moves there, it will be imposing on existing very crowded programs. They've already had to move the fashion program to another location. So we need to talk not only to people in the community, but people on the faculty and students at Evans campus. Okay, so I have a couple questions. One has to do with the 1550 Evans, and I understand that it's possible that Deputy Chancellor Gonzalez might need to answer this question. So I've been looking into, as you know, the story of 1550 Evans, which is the future site of the Southeast Community Facility. Currently, that is at 1800 Oakdale, but when it's completed, there will be a community center and an education building. I just heard from the PUC, and apparently mostly the college will remain at the Southeast Center in the future. So I really need for my research to get the whole documentation of the story from the 2nd of March of 2018. That's when the college responded to an RFI from the PUC saying that they were conceivably interested in participating in an education building at 1550 Evans, and they were interested in owning the facility and spending some $30 million toward it. From there, and then the next document I have available is in April of 2019, and at that point it's the provisional bond project for the ballot, preparing for Proposition A, the $845 million, and that said that there was a commitment. But I don't know how that came about, and I'm hoping that I can work with someone to find out, who made decisions at what point, because I think Reuben Smith was involved in facilities. He's not available. The participatory governance facilities said they've never dealt with that program. So there's a lot of gaps. And the second part of that question is, I've also heard that the PUC has sent the Chancellor what they call a letter of intent, which is less binding than a memorandum of understanding. So I'm wondering if it's possible to see that letter and to find out what it is and who is going to be responding to the letter and approving. Would that go through any participatory governance, or does this stay at the Chancellor and trustee level?
A letter was sent to Supervisor Walton, and also our attorneys are reviewing the MOU about the 1800 Oakdale. And we did receive the letter of intent that our legal counsel is reviewing. And in due time, when the response is ready, it will be sent to PUC. And as far as the request that you're making, I mean, if you send us your request in writing, we will look at your request and provide you the information that we can provide you. We will provide you with that information.
Chancellor Vurdien, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Bernstein has already made a Public Records Act request, and so thank
Only
you,
2
Mr.
documents.
Bernstein, for responding and being more precise in terms of what the documentation that you're looking for. So I'm in the process of gathering those documents and will be responding to you shortly.
Well, I'll update that letter since I only asked for 2 documents from March, but nothing from the entire following year. I found out some things that I need to know. So
Okay.
thank you for that.
Okay.
Chancellor,
Yes.
Deputy Chancellor, I just wanted to say, it's not for me or my vanity or personal use. This is for all the people I talk to who don't have information about what has happened at 1550. Also, you know that there's a meeting tonight of the Southeast Community Facility Commission, and they have on their agenda, this will be the 4th body that will say that the supervisors and the commission urge the chancellor and the institution to pay to follow up on their commitment of the $34.5 million. And I'm not sure what the response is, but I know that Chancellor Supervisor Mandelman said in his comments on October 20th at the Board of Supervisors that the full board and the institution remain committed to spending these funds on Evans. And I don't know that a vote has been taken on that. So it might be a surprise to some people.
Thank you for that, Mr. Bernstein.
Okay.
All right,
So-
is there anyone else out there that would like to ask a question? For those that are on the phone, if you'd like to raise your hand, you can hit the *9 key. *9, that'll raise the virtual hand and will place you in the queue. So we've got one question now from Cassandra. Go ahead, you can unmute yourself, ask your question.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, my name is Cassandra, and I wanted to know like what exactly is being done with the new student success building to include the resource centers that weren't in the original plan.
We have that project was on the list at the board meeting the project was pulled, and I have directed the project manager and the architect working on that to take into consideration the requests that were made by the people who made public comments at the board meeting about including the resource centers and so on in that building. So we are working on that. If I'm not mistaken, that group is meeting this week to address all this. And we will, in the next 2 weeks or so, be able to share with you and with the community at large what the final product is going to look like.
After the once you guys share like what is being done, like let's say if it doesn't like necessarily meet the needs of the resource centers, or are you guys going to be able to like remake new plans? Or
well, like I said to you, they are meeting right now with the various groups to find out exactly, the user groups, to find out exactly what it is that is being asked, right? And then at that point, they're going to take a look at it and prepare the whole thing and see how they can incorporate everything within the building.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right.
All right, any more hands out there for questions? You can click on that raise hand icon, the bottom left-hand corner. Go ahead and raise the hand and we'll get you in the queue and you can ask your question. Otherwise, we might call it here with no other questions. All right, I see a hand from Harry.
Yes, thank you. I have a completely unrelated question. I've been doing some research and I know that there's a document in the archives in the library. I've been requesting it since July. I've been communicated with by library staff, and I know who the person is who said that he is able to access it. He has been waiting at least for he last sent me an update 2 weeks ago that he is waiting for permission to access it, to go into the building, and has not received it. So I'm not sure what the process is, and he doesn't seem to either. So I don't know if there's someone I should speak to about possible access. And the
Mr.
other-
Bernstein, does the person work in the library?
I don't know.
Well, because right now we are having a what they call that, contactless service of the library. So if you would submit your request directly to the dean of the library as to exactly what it is that you want, and the person who knows exactly where that is, I am sure that the dean of the library will be able to accommodate your request.
Is that Donna Reed? Do you
Yes,
know? Or
yes, Donna Reed is the dean of the library. And
Okay.
we are providing that contactless service right now, and we started that 2 weeks ago.
okay, I will certainly contact her to see if she can help out.
Right.
And the other access question is, it's still, even though there's mitigations being attempted, it still seems to be not possible to go into departmental offices. I know that's part of possibly the returning to campus, but do you have any update on what the process is currently? Does it really require 4 or 5 signatures just to access a building?
Let me ask Vice
is creative
Chancellor
arts.
Bogle to give you an answer to that, and also Deputy Chancellor Gonzalez will be able to answer your question right now. Vice Chancellor Bogle, since that's an instructional matter.
Mr. Bernstein, if you need one-time access to your office, please talk to your department chair.
My department chair has not been able to access either.
Okay, then I will have your dean follow up with both you and your department chair.
Yeah, the dean has not been responding to the requests. That might be part of the problem.
Okay.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Mr. Bernstein.
All right, any more hands out there to get into the queue? Might do a little going, gone right here for this auction. Any last comments, questions that anyone has? Seeing none, I'll turn it back over to the Chancellor now.
Well, since there are no questions, thank you again. Thank you very much. And the next one will be the last week of November, and we will do a combined November and December forum, since December is a very short month and November has almost a whole week of Thanksgiving and so on. And we'll see you at the last week of November. Again, thank you again for attending, and have a great end of the week, and I will be seeing you soon. Thank you.